Nikki Davis. Cigars, a sister, and you're rocking with me live in these rainy streets. So I jumped on IG real quick. Then I had to do my essentials. So I am practicing that COVID quarantine and chill. So when I'm out filming, for the most part, that is doing the essential run. So it makes sense. Make it make sense, girl. It makes sense to, you know, film up. All right, so I did the IG Live, IGTV. I'm not going to get too used to that because that's not my jam. But, you know, it's cool. So I did a couple of live stints. I'm hard down in the studio doing my voice work. I'm behind the scenes doing things. You know, it's like scripts on scripts on scripts on scripts on scripts. You know what I mean? So I'm in character, looking over other things on the back end, doing things for 1021 Magazine, where I'm publishing founder. And so myself and 1021, we are in the mix of loading content to the social media platforms that has been suffering, but you know, it's all good. And then, you know, just a lot of stuff behind the scenes, okay? As the country opens up, some of my work is opening up. I don't agree with the country opening up, though. You know, that's just my stance on it. I think we should ease a lot more slower than what we're doing, but for those who log into the content, one love to you all, because you're doing what you're supposed to do and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Practicing social distancing, washing your hands, and also more quarantine than chill. So that's why we here on YouTube, the creators, we create the content, and we thank you so much for, you know, respecting your life. Respecting your life. All right, so check it out. I'm jumping on live to talk about some pairings here, and I'm talking about the Red Bull Strong Snuff. Okay, and I was talking about investments, like for doing collections, adding to your collection if you're a collector, to add to your cigar collections, your pipe collections, your snuff collections, anything in that tobacco field. You know, that's a good thing, because that's what a lot of us do. We do the collecting. It's not just... We're going to keep in frame here, okay? It's not just for smoking the cigars, but really it is. When you have your cigars, you should smoke your cigars. When you have your snuff, you should snuff your snuff, okay? Because you got one life here, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing a reincarnation. And that's going to take a long time, because you got to be from a baby, and then you got to grow up, and then do your snuff! One time. All right, so flow with me. All right, so here's the deal. So when you're collecting through that, more times than not, you're going to run into having a rarity in cigars, in a pipe tobacco blend, in a snuff blend. Even if you do snus, which I don't do, or if you do chewing, or if you do dip, chances are you're going to be running into variations. Even if it's something that's not out of production, they might change the band, the look. Oh my God, I'm just knocking out all of this. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We'll be right back. Let me get this. Okay. Voila. Voila. And we're back. All right, this dropped out of my hand. What's up? Okay, we got the Red Bull Strong Snuff. And on the front of the original packaging, it did not have the label of this tobacco product damages your health and is addictive. It usually stayed on the back. And here where they have that announcement, it used to be Strong Snuff. So anyone who has the Red Bull nasal snuff and it doesn't have this, you're sitting on a rarity. Good thing about that, it probably won't do you any good as far as investment and cachet money if you want it, if you've already used it up. Okay, ta-da, 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 squad. But If you still have this Red Bull nasal snuff and you have contents in it and you don't have this and you have the strong snuff word right there, stop what you're doing. Just order some more from Mr. Snuff if you have the money. Save whatever is in here and leave it alone. You're sitting on a rarity. And someone who may want red snuff, the original, if you've been clean in these COVID times and before these COVID times, they may buy it from you. This one is not a rarity. But if they change any of these markings again, then I might be sitting on a rarity. And then what I would do is not use any more of it and shut it down. It might be a little more iffy with the snuff, depending, because if you go on snuffhouse.org, which is a chat room for snuffers, and they talk about snuff for the most part, and they may add in conversations of cigars, and I'm a member of Snuff House now, so thank you everybody over there. You do have people who will buy the snuff and everything like that. Now what I would do in that case, if I was trading snuff or buying snuff, I would do some paperwork stating that everything about this has been housed correctly and good and clean, and you buy at your own risk still, and in other words, don't sue me. And then like they'll be able to tell if something goes wrong, because then you have to bring in the lawyers, you have to bring in the doctors and stuff like that to say, did this happen? Or independent doctors. My God, you don't want to go all that, but you know, just have some paperwork to safeguard yourself and stuff like that. But for most part, everyone is pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to buy from people who are in the snuff world, and you are too. Okay, so that's it for this Red Bull, or for any packaging, because a lot of things have changed. Like another one, the Delakia Taj. I have a tin that just has a brown leaf and it has Delakia, and that's the Taj. Then I have the other one, which I really love, which is the black casing, and it has the white background of the Taj Mahal. That's nice. Okay, so that's two different packages right there. Also sitting on some rarities. I can't, Starburger. Anyway, it's a German snuff. And it came in a white packet. From everything I heard, unless someone can correct me, and that's cool if you do, they're no longer making that because the maker either went out of business or died. So I'm sitting on 100 grams of that Starburger. I'll pull it out, but I'm sitting on 100 grams of it, and I'm probably sitting on about 90 grams. I probably done 10 grams of it. It's delicious German snuff, and it's hard to get now. I don't think you can get it anymore. So I'm sitting on a 90 gram bag, because it came in a bag, a white little bag of snuff. So I can decant that down even more and sell in like a snuff bullet to people if I want to, and charge them, or be nice and send it as a gift to someone. But that's another rarity that I'm sitting on. So check your collections and see if you're sitting on rarities, or if, you know, like if the package changed, or if they don't make it anymore, if they're not going to sell that particular snuff anymore. That's a good thing, and that's part of your investments. All right, real quick here. This is my famous 8. It changes. This is one of my cigar travel humidors, but we're only going to talk about, not my 8 in here, but we're only going to talk about the Padron 4000. I just feel like putting on my red shoes and my red dress and go dancing. All right. The Padron. This is the Importante. Okay. Beautiful. This rain gauge is crazy. I got 2 of these from Nick's Cigar World. Nick was in the store, the famous Nick in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina one time. And I was just so great. I was in such a great vibe that he was in the store, because, you know, he's the man, so he don't have to be in the store all the time. You know what I mean? So he was there, and we had a nice chit chat. You know, we had a really good chit chat. He talked about visiting the Drew Estate lands and everything. It was just really cool. I love being in the presence of others who just really talk about it. And then if you ever go to Nick's Cigar Bar and the Cigar B&M, he has the pictures of the Drew Estate and other places that he's been to, and it's just amazing. So anyway, he gave me these 2. This is the Padron 4000. This wrapper in cellophane, I said this over on Instagram, it is smoked out, the cellophane. I don't know if we're going to do any justice here. Okay, you might can see a little bit of it if I pull it back. This whole cellophane is smoked out. That's a mark of a good cigar. That means this thing is ready to go. It has not plumed on me yet, but even if it doesn't plume, if it's smoked out like that, that's all those oils just going in there. Over. Unnoise quiet on the set. It's like, shit. Sorry, I'm grown. I just had to do that. I usually don't cuss, but like, shit. This is quiet on the set. Beautiful. And I got 2 of these. The rain gauge is crazy. Everything Nick. Full body, full flavor, full strength. What would you pair this with, Chica? I would pair this with a nice rustic dish. That's just me. Probably like a good steak, medium well. Potatoes, some asparagus. Nice little salad. Some good bread. Because you got to eat with Padron. I don't care if you're aficionado for 50,000 years. And not just with Padron. It's a good thing to just eat when you smoke. But definitely for full body. Trying to get a thumbnail, y'all. So, how long would I smoke this? I'll probably do a good 2 hours. Do a deep pull, but finesse it. Whereas, letting it breathe like a nice wine. What else would you pair it with libations? I mean, a really good cigar, period, or just cigars, period, whatever you feel is good, doesn't need an accompaniment of alcohol, but it just adds a nice depth to it, because a good cigar stands on its own, period. Like a good snuff stands on its own, period. You don't always have to do the Jamesons, even though Jameson is great, or any of the other ones. The reason why my love affair is so strong, that's one of the biggest things that I get from people after 30 years of smoking cigars. I'm 49 and I was 19 when I started. So it's because I mix things up. Like, my collection is lit enough, but I'm still buying more cigars. And I'm building up my cigarillos, the tins, and that just gives me a variety of smoking. I have put down cloves cigarillos for almost a decade. Here or there I might have got one if somebody had one, But now I'm back on the DeJarum's cigarillos. Matter of fact, when I went home to Tampa, I went to Ybor City when I started smoking cigars. I went over there for spring break to get my DeJarum's cigarillos. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me just get a cigar. I mean, it's in my family, Cubana, even Native American, Ybor City, Tampa, where I'm from, cigar capital of the world, you know. So there was no pressure from the family. And so I got a Fuente, and then it's just been on ever since. But my love affair keeps going because I diverse my smoking experience. If I don't want my big rain gauge, if I don't have time for it, then I pull out a nice Lancero of the Villiger Keo with the feathered plastic quill tip, or my cigarillos, or my shorties. And that's another thing that I'm trying to add to my collection, the shorties of the full ring gauge cigars, you know. So I like diversity, and then I have fun. Like, I might do a beer, I might do a root beer. Okay. And they do got root beer alcoholic too. But I might not want alcohol. I might do a nice jazzy root beer on this. Okay. Or a nice Coke. Or a nice Pepsi. Or my La Croix. You know. Or, you know, a nice coffee. Hot tea. You know, I'm always mixing up things. And then I might have some licorice on the side. You know, jumping off that. I might be in a poker game. I might just be chilling at a B&M or a nice swank cigar lounge. You know, so mixing it up. You know, our virgin mojito, our virgin Bloody Mary. You know. And I eat and smoke, so then I might have like a nice soup with it. But the biggest thing is to eat with these. But you can pair them up any kind of way. And I just try to keep my smoking experience, you know, diverse and lively. And that's that. So with these, you can command prices on these, even if there may not be a rarity, but somebody may not have it, or anything like that. I will show one more rarity before I get out of here, and this is the Siglo. I'm sure they still have the Siglos around someplace, but this is the 4. This is the Robusto, and it is so good. Made and blended, one of the last blends, closer to the last blends, from Frank Laneza, which is, rest in peace, Frank, from Tampa, like myself, Cubana. And he also blended the Siglo Cohiba. It is, like I said on IG today, on IGTV, on Cigar St. Sister's IG page, you know, the reviews, when you look at the Siglos online, it's just so misrepresented. Because how do you say this is a knockoff from the Cohiba Siglo when it's the same blender? That means you're not reversed. Okay, he wasn't knocking off anything. And how can you say that when he blended one of the Siglo Cohibas? Do your homework. He probably was just being whimsical. End of life stage. Master blender. That's so stupid to disrespect the man like that. He's probably being whimsical. This is not even the first band. If you have the Siglos that they're specifically talking about that have like the little blocks, just like the Cohibas, then that's what they're talking about. But still, it was disrespectful and informative, because how do I knock off something that I've already blended? You know what I mean? Like, turn the music up. How do I knock that off? I'm just being whimsical. If you don't know that this is a Siglo Reserva limited edition versus my blend of the Cohiba Siglo, baby, that's on you. Let me put my shades on. Where are my shades? Okay, I'm just gonna keep my shades off. These are my glasses. Okay, class is in session. Let's just do that. This is a Siglo 4 Siglo limited edition, and it's knockoff nothing. He's been whimsical. But this is a rarity. Smoked out, baby. This cellophane. I pulled those last ones from my humidor about a couple of years ago. This guy DM'd me on Instagram, and he was just like, he was in London. He was at a hotel. He came downstairs, and he saw the box there at the hotel at the lounge bar, and it was a box of them, and it was the Roman numeral 10. This is the 4. And he bought them, and I was like, I know that's right. So he's sitting on a rarity because the master blender has moved on past these realms. And you're not going to get the blend from Franklin Nessa anymore. It might be, if they do another Cigar limited edition, it'll be from somebody else. But, you know. So you're sitting on a rarity with these. Okay? So you can command a nice price for this. And like I was telling people, depends on your cigars, depend on what your collection is, depend on what is rare. You could command, just for one cigar, you could command 100. And like I told them, I've done that. I'm not going to tell you what the cigar was, but it was a rarity. And I had a few. So you could command that. Also, too, you know, not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer, but a realist. Since I'm a cigar aficionado, I try to give the wisdom. We hope that we could live to enjoy all of our cigars that we collect. But hey, that's not the reality. So enjoy your cigars. Enjoy some of your rares. And then if you want to leave your family tight, and nice and right, you could do a nice will for your cigars. And we'll talk more about that, because I'm going to keep pushing that, because I don't think a lot of people think about that. But you can list your cigars, list what is rare, list what the price is, or what they could command for the price. And then you won't have them throwing your cigars away. I would hope nobody would do that. Or give them away, and then they're giving away moolah, cachet. At least you can rest in peace, knowing that you did a list, you put in your will, and they could, depend on what you got, they could get some money off of it. Well, anyway, that's all I got, everybody. Stay safe wherever you are, wherever you are. Just stay safe, stay more quarantined and chill. Do your protective gear. Like when I'm not wearing my mask, or if I'm rotating, washing masks and stuff like this, check it out. Okay? That's what I'm doing. Staying protected. So, I'm finished. All of my essentials. Be safe wherever you are. And we'll talk about things to do in these COVID times and quarantine. It's just a lot to do. And then stay tuned, too, on the first official YouTube channel. I will be doing the thing, and I'll be smoking a nice cigar and having some nice snuff. So, thanks for locking in here. Welcome our new subscribers. TAHDAH Squad, who's already been rocking with me. Thank you so much. Thank you for rocking with both channels. There will be more live streams with chats. But I gotta go. I gotta bounce. Thanks so much for locking in. Be safe out there in those streets. Take no shorts. And put some smoke in the air. Enjoy some snuff. But always do things in moderation. Own it. Pros, cons, and risks. And more to come. Peace and love, everybody.